Space dropping everybody. Today we're going to be going over Valkyrie and Mozzie, two Rainbow Defending operators. Let's start off with the info. Valkyrie has 3 black eye cameras that can be thrown around and stick to walls. Looking on these cameras will give them a blue glow, unlike the red glow that happens for normal default cams. Mozzie has a pest launcher that shoots, pests. These spider-like robots will jump onto any drone that comes within its radius, so long as it has line of sight. Once on, it will hack the drone and add it to Mozzie's arsenal, allowing him to pilot the drone like any old attacker. Drones do have a little indicator to tell them if a pest is nearby, kind of like how your screen gets staticky when you're near a mute jammer, but not close enough to lose connection. Like Echo and Maestro, Mozzie's teammates are allowed to look through the drones, but they're not allowed to actually use them. That's all for the info. Now on to weapons. For primaries, Valkyrie has her MPX submachine gun and Spas 12 shotgun. The MPX is pretty weak with its low damage, but it does have very easy to control recoil. I wouldn't recommend using her shotgun. If you need to open up a cubbyhole for your cameras, you can use her deagle secondary, which works just fine. And shotgun's range can put you at a disadvantage when going for runouts. Mozzie has the Roni and Commando 9. They're pretty similar, but I think the Commando is just slightly better. It has okay recoil and damage, and I would choose it over Valkyrie's MPX. For secondaries, Valk has her D50. It's good at opening little holes in walls and killing people. Mozzie has the SDP 90mm pistol and the Super Shorty shotgun. Shotgun secondaries are always the best. They might not be good at killing people, but they can open up big holes or hatches or whatever. Overall, Mozzie wins the weapons category due to his better primary and his shotgun secondary. Gadgets. Valkyrie has a deployable shield and a nitro cell. The nitro cell is almost always the best pick. Deployable shields just aren't that good. Mozzie has a nitro cell and barbed wire. This could be either way depending on how you want to play him, but I do think Mozzie has better gadgets because they both have the nitro cell, but when it comes to deployable shield or barbed wire is way better. Utility. Valk and Mozzie technically have the same amount of utility. Valk's got 3 cams and Mozzie has 3 pests, but problem is that Mozzie just doesn't get his 3 drones, he has to capture them. This makes it very inconsistent on how many drones you get per match. If you're really good, you could get all 3 drones, easy peasy, but if your opponents play smart, and you could very well just get no drones at all. Valk has consistency with how many cameras she gets, and even though you could technically get the same amount of cameras as drones, it's not guaranteed. So Valkyrie will win for having consistent cameras. Mobility. Valkyrie's cameras can't move. Surprising, right? They're stuck wherever you throw them. But Mozzie's drones can roll around, jump, dodge bullets, and they're definitely more mobile than Valkyrie's cameras. One downside is that Mozzie cannot pick up his drones, while Valkyrie can pick up her cameras, though this is barely a knock against Mozzie, because when Valkyrie can just reposition her cameras by picking up and throwing, he can just reposition his drones by just getting on cam and rolling them around. Overall, Mozzie's drones have more mobility than Valk cameras, because Valk's cameras can't move. Connection issues. Mozzie uses Wi-Fi to move his drones, but unfortunately he starts to lose connection outside. This makes it hard to do runouts on the enemy when your drone can only be outside for 3 or so seconds. Valkyrie, on the other hand, has unlimited data, and she can chuck her cameras outside as much as she wants. Just not too far, or else they explode for some reason. Stealth. Valk cams are pretty hard to spot. They blend in with dark spaces and are pretty tiny. Mozzie's drones, though, are a different kind of sneaky. The only way for an attacker to tell if a drone is been taken over by Mozzie is to see its lights. Normally, the lights are red, but if they've been taken over by Mozzie, the lights will turn blue. The problem is that if no one's looking on the drone, the lights won't turn on, so you can't tell if it's yours or not. Fortunately, the defending team gets a white outline to outline whether their drones are theirs or not. Overall, Mozzie will get a point for being stealthier than Valk's cameras. Winner. Now it's time for the most climactic part of the video. It's Mozzie. The reason I like Mozzie better than Valkyrie is partially due to his mobility. You can sit around and find out where all the attackers are, and they might not even see your drone. He also has better weapons, which I think is a really nice bonus. The only problem with him is that he can't do runouts very well. his drones can't be out for very long, and Valkyrie is definitely a lot better at this, so if you want to do a lot of runouts, Mozzie is not your guy. But overall, I do think he is a better operator. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed, and I have a couple announcements to make. Number 1, I am actually moving houses. I am very sorry if I don't make a video in a little bit. I'm just busy, probably. Number 2, I'm going to be branching out from the normal content that I make. I'll still probably be doing Siege, but who knows, maybe I'll find another cool game and talk about that for a little bit. Just kind of expect different things when I get settled into my new house. And that's it for the announcements. I'm glad you stayed to watch, and balls to the wall.